So annually there's a sale at my local camera store, and it is called the Wolfe's Cameras dog sale. Wolfe's Cameras is my local camera shop, and I get a lot of my stuff from there, and a lot of the stuff I'm able to do this channel with every year comes from the dog sale. So we'll just go through it. Sorry about that, the noise of the heater, but it's pretty cold and I can't turn it off. So we'll just start with the digital bodies. So these are the pretty expensive ones, and I'll go through my logic of why I buy stuff and why I don't buy stuff. So hopefully that can help people out thinking about, you know, what am I going through when I'm looking at this stuff, and how do I make my decisions. So this is the first thing I got, and this is actually a Canon. So this is one of the first buys I got. This is one of the things I saw on the table. I was like, wow, I gotta get this. And this is the Sony SLT Alpha 35 or A35 with two of these lenses. The lenses were $4 each, and the body of the camera was $10. It's kind of a lot for something that's a digital. If it's bad, it's kind of, you know, worthless. But for parts and things, just selling it for parts, I could probably make my money back. And I haven't been able to test it yet. And if it does work, it does have a scratch on the mirror right there. It looks pretty bad. Let me see if I can move the light around. So the scratch right there. So it could be unusable, but I think it'll be pretty good. And I think even for that price, the $10, selling it for parts, I'll make my money back. So I always get this type of stuff because you can just make money off it, even if you don't use it. It's still a pretty good deal. So all in all, it's about 20 bucks. And then I'm probably going to think about making, you know, upwards of somewhere from, I think the lowest is like 70 and upwards of like 100, or a little bit over 100. But that's why I get this. Put that back real quick. The next digital I got is the Canon A720 PowerShot. And these ones I get all the time, and this one actually works, and the issue is the battery compartment. So kind of a bad battery compartment. And that's what happens with these kind of cameras. They're not built for more than one drop probably in their lifetime. 8 megapixels, doesn't sound like a lot now, but it's still pretty good. And the main reason I get it is because it has CHDK. CHDK is like an open, kind of allows you to do more open stuff with your camera. And it's pretty well supported, even though now I think it's a little older. Still a pretty good camera for that, so a project camera. And definitely, I think that I've had some other versions, like the PowerShots, I think the S100 series, or SD series, and I actually like these ones more because this is a classic one. And I used to have this 10 years ago when this is my main camera, but kind of a nostalgic, but also a pretty good camera. And this was $3. Now let's look at film bodies, and for film bodies, this is the Olympus OM1. Got it for $6, kind of high. Shutter still works. I think the issues I looked at it were the viewfinder has the issue with the prism being degraded, and there's a common issue in this camera. The prism breaks down, but if the shutter works and things look okay, I'm gonna go for it. These are always a good sell. Great cameras, great bodies, and just very highly collectible. I'll make way more than the $6 I spent for it. So OM1s, I'm lucky to find one and I picked up immediately. So kind of a no-brainer. This next one is a really special one, a black Yashica Electro 35. I think there's a GT series, but this is this Electro 35 series. Never actually seen a black one, and black ones for some bodies are worth way more. So you can tell the issues right here. This thing actually fell off, and it looks like some dent damage, so someone dropped this. It's gonna decrease the price, but this is a great camera. People love the lens, and a black body is pretty rare. I've never seen one. I've seen a lot of the silver bodies, never seen a black body, and kind of some damage right here too. Someone was probably trying to fix it, so that's a clear thing. Because I've done this, I know I've done this, so someone was probably using some cheap tools and did that, or weren't very experienced. So those are going to be hard to probably knock down the price, but I paid $4 for this, and I will definitely make that back. So this, I'm actually unclear about how much I could sell this body for, but I think I can get way more than my money back. This one is kind of an outfit of stuff. So it's the Asahi Pentax H1A with a 135 Tacumar 200 f4 lens. This big guy right here, and a Tacumar 55 millimeter f2 lens. Pentax stuff is pretty cool. David Hancock, who does his own YouTube channel, he really likes Pentax stuff, and that's why I kind of was tipped off for this. But Tachymark lenses actually have a really good history of being very sharp and very clean, so I just picked it up for that. The other one I had some separation, and this one has no separation, so pretty good deal. I don't know how much I'm gonna sell this for. I may trade it, but it's a pretty great setup right here. So this I got, the body was $6 and the two lenses were $2 each, which is crazy low, but gonna make way more money than that. And it's usually how the sale goes. You just buy stuff, you buy as much as you can while you can, because you turn around, some guy may pick it up. So pretty good, I'm pretty happy with this one. Since we're talking about lenses, let's put some of the lenses I picked up. These are all $2 each. Canon EFD 1.8. This is a newer FD style, so not very highly collectible, but still pretty good. I got 2 of those guys. And then a Pentax 50mm f2. Classic lens, I love this lens. It's great, much sharper than, kind of underrated. A very, very sharp lens. I really like it, and works on the K1000. You can always have a backup these, and I can always sell them for like 30 or 40. That's maybe a little bit high, probably 20, but a good lens. I don't know if there's a way to stack these. And then these are pretty cool. So 2 T-mount lenses, and I was talking to the guy there. I saw these lenses, I was like, man, can I even use these? And he said, yeah, they're T-mount. So got the T-mount lens for this one. This is a Soligor 135 3.5, and Soligor is a pretty decent brand. I think it's up there. If you want to know about the off brands, I think generally Sigma is very highly rated. Tamron, somewhat sketchy. I think Tamron can be very good, and it can be pretty bad. So Tamron's lens history isn't that great, but the Soligor, and I think Soligor is more leaning towards Sigma, so pretty good. And they can, but as always, don't take this for it. You got to go and do your research, but that's pretty broad strokes. This one though is pretty neat. This is another Soligor 35mm f3.5. Feels flimsy, right? Kind of feels like these Rokinon lenses that are coming out now, kind of off-brand, kind of a lot of people are using these same type of mounts and on different systems, but the Soligor one, interesting, I found the FD mount, so I got let me do it real quick. Sorry my light went out, but this is the T mount right there. Extends a little bit too, but you put the FD mount on it again and it works fine. So those are the lenses I picked up. Pretty happy with that, actually extremely happy. Lenses are always gonna fetch more than bodies, and this set, $2, $10 worth of lenses, probably worth on eBay right now. These are probably worth like $20 each, so it's 60 right there. And then these 2, I'm not sure yet. I haven't looked it up yet, but could be worth a lot. I wouldn't guess that much, but maybe $10 each. So pretty good deal with this one. These next 2 are going to be special lenses, or for different types of things. And this first one, a very small camera lens, a movie camera lens. And so this is actually a Bell & Howell, and it just has aperture on it, so no shutter speed. Just going to be something to experiment with. You never know. It's pretty fun. And then I've recently been collecting large format shutters, and so this one is, I don't know, pretty old. So a very old one. I don't know if it's French. I don't know if it's, I think it looks American. Let's see. It is made by Seneca. Not 100% sure. Looks to be American, but it's pretty simple right here. You're gonna see the shutter. Basic shutter mechanism, extremely simple. These are great for projects. This is cheap, $2. Can't pass that up. It was actually on a weird lens board, but I'm pretty happy with this, and I always like these old ones. They look cool, and they're great for projects because you can just use them for anything. They're kind of built to be more universal. Another camera kind of setup I'm looking at right now is I'm gonna do a series on TLRs, and this is the Argus Super 25. Let me pull it back out a little bit. So I'm also doing a little series on TLRs, and this is the Argus Super 25. Kind of an interesting camera, pretty cheap. This is the shutter right here, and you got the advanced. I'm not sure what the winding mechanism is, but a focused lens right here, which is interesting. Other ones are pretty cheap, they don't have it. It's not coupled with this, so it's kind of, you're on your own with that one, but I do like it. I do like that it has different f-stops. 11, 8, and 16. Very simple. You can learn a lot about building cameras and their basic mechanics and stuff like this. And the TLR, the top is just not exactly focusing, but it's just like a magnified piece of glass. So pretty nice. Metal, looks to be Bakelite plastic. Comes with the flash too. Flash is just for looks. It's not really usable. So this is another really, really interesting thing I picked up, and it is a Rolly, I forgot what model is it, but Rolly SL1 camera, and the couple reasons I picked it up. First of all, it's gorgeous. It's like really gorgeous. This body is really modern. Sorry, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. Yeah, it's too much. So this body's really modern, and it just feels really cool. It's the only way to put it. And sometimes you just buy stuff because it's cool. The shutter, I think, is right here, and the lens is actually a Schneider lens, so a lot going for it. And some of the lenses you may think, oh, I'll just put it on another camera. This, I'm 100% sure I probably can't. That it took 8mm film, so you think about 8mm film is much smaller than 35mm film, but still a pretty gorgeous camera and lens. I think this is going to be something I put on my desk, but an amazing kind of classic design. So Rolly, and totally made in Germany. Pretty good build quality. Just something I think looks amazing, and sometimes that's it. Sometimes that's all I need to buy something. Because you see so much stuff you don't think looks amazing. So this one, I do. Next up, we have odds and ends, stuff that I think will sell for a little bit, and we'll look at the first one. A Miranda, pretty highly collectible. You don't see a lot of this stuff, so it is highly collectible. And it is a lens hood, a viewfinder, actually a waist level viewfinder for the Miranda. I'm not sure what camera body. Pretty neat, all metal, very well built. So, see you guys that. So I'm gonna pick, this is definitely on eBay. Next, this little thing, weird, kind of reminds me of a panoramic thing. So the base is like that, and it spins around. Made in Germany, so pretty high manufacturer quality. Can't get it right now because it's pretty stuck, but it's kind of, I think I'm gonna use it as a panoramic head. A11 flash for the Olympix XA. Don't see too many, and always highly collectible. So XAs are big, popular, and the flash is probably, there's less flashes than there are cameras, and if you can get the flash, might as well. So pick those up. So this simple sells 2 camera chargers, digital camera chargers. Why would I buy these? These just sell. This is the thing that just sells. It's easy, not a lot of work. And so those are eBays. These are eBays. Next one, saw this, a brand new lens mount wrench. These are kind of rare, and this one's made in Japan, so probably a little bit a little bit more of a premium because, as I've said before, Japanese goods really high quality and very well built, and even in the 80s and the 70s. I'm not sure what year this is from. So from Toyo, and still in the packaging, unused. It's gonna probably go for 20 to 30, and I paid $2 for it, so pretty good buy. Next up is a project I'm working on. And first of all, this isn't from the dog sale, this is from eBay. This is a 620 roll holder, and it's called an adapter roll, and it allows you to use 120 film on the Graphic Speed graphic, and that's a clue. Picked up a Graphic Speed graphic at that camera shop too. They had one around, and I fell in love with it right when I saw it. I was like, whoa, this is a serious camera. So I picked this up on eBay for $22. This is a personal project, so not looking to resell this. Actually, I'm going to use this, so pretty cool. But let's talk about backs. I picked up this guy, a type of back for Polaroid. I didn't know Kodak had a Tri-X-Pan film that comes in pack. If you want this, or if you know someone who would like to use it and develops Tri-X, give me a direct message. This is pretty cool, pretty amazing, large format Tri-X. I don't know how much of this is still around, but if you want to use this, or you know someone who would love to use this, give me a holler and I will send it out to you. Or we can do some kind of small trade, but I will send it out to you. I'd love to see people use this. This probably, I don't know how old this is. It's probably like 30 or 40 years old in this film. And so no idea if it even works, but pretty amazing. Pretty amazing it's still there. Next, 2 4x5 holders. So 4x5 film. Probably not going to use 4x5 film on it. May cut down some maybe cut down some photographic film paper to use on it, but these are $1 each. So, and I picked up a graphic speed graphic, and I'll cut to that a little bit, but pretty neat and usable, cheap. And you never know, I may shoot with 120, I may shoot with 4x5. Next is this one, and this one I saw someone online do this. They put the new Instax film in it, and you can just load it in there and shoot with it. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and I found one, and I was like, gotta get it. So this is the let me look at the sizing. I'm not sure. I think it's like 2 3/4 by 4, and it allowed, no, probably a little smaller than that. But it allows you to shoot with the smaller film, and it actually works pretty well with Instax from what I've seen online. And so if you're not familiar with these things, you put the film in there and you pull it back to expose it. And I'll put my speed graphic on the table a little bit, but interesting. And you just need these to put on the camera. So this guy was not very cheap, but picked it up anyway. I'll zoom out a little bit. And it is a speed graphic, so voila, pretty cool. A great looking camera, extremely well built. Probably have to do a series on this because of all the stuff it can do, but let's go with some quick stuff. You can pull it out, and you can tilt it up and tilt it down and tilt it sideways. It can just do so much stuff. And I'm learning how to build cameras at the same time, as most you know, and this thing is just a beast, just a literal beast. So kind of expensive. I picked it for like $100, a little over 100, but I think it's a deal. It feels really good. Oh shoot, let's put it back. Probably not the safest way to put it back, but and then how do the backs work on it? So the backs on it, you actually put this button up. Actually, this is the glass viewfinder, or the ground glass there, but let's close that real quick. So getting used to it. Here, this is the spring lock, so I didn't get the graph lock, I got the spring lock, but not too big of a deal. I think it's actually going to be more versatile for what I'm using it for. And I kind of want to build some Instax packs for it. We'll see how that goes, but just slide your film in like this. Just like that. So that's how the film goes in. Expose, done, pull out. Pretty neat system. Very well built. One of the best built cameras I've ever handled, and pretty historic. So a lot going for it. I can learn a lot from it. That's why I picked it up. Also, last month I picked up this camera on my own. I sold another Polaroid. Picked this guy up, and it still works. Instax 210. 210 packs are just pretty awesome. Kind of learning how to just what they did for it. So kind of I want to just learn more with this one. So you saw my other Polaroid where I kind of took it apart, showed how it worked, and this one pretty interesting too. So I'm not gonna maybe take it all apart, but kind of want to recreate it. And I saw that the Bel Air had a Polaroid back, and it was like with a winding mechanism, not a battery, but just like a hand winding crank. And that's super interesting to me, and I really want to do it. I just really want to remake that one. So main reason I picked it up to do that is so I can make something like that, so I can use on a speed graphic and other DIY cameras, and I think a lot of people would just be very useful. So main reason I picked that up. Next is filters. So try to get into all these filters and talk about why I get them and stuff like that. First of all, I like cheesy effects filters. It's a weak spot of mine, and these are very cheesy ones. This is like a split field. I've never seen it. I don't know why it would probably, most of the stuff seems like stupid when you look at digital stuff, but I think it's still hilarious. And this is split field. These are, this is a 55mm 6-star. So let me get this. Actually, I can maybe set this up somehow. Nah. Sorry, I'm filming this video very off the cuff, so let's get a flashlight up and running. Let's try this guy. So the 6-star effect, pretty much 6 stars. So kind of neat, very cheesy, Very cheesy. Gives like a start effect to your light. I probably can't see it like that, but gonna give a start effect. I could put it up to the lens and we'll see how it works. So the 6-star effect. Oh, pretty neat, pretty cheesy. Next is a 4-star. Again, I'll put it up to the lens, put it in there. A little finer. Yeah. And then let's talk about BMW. Find 2 BMWs for, they know BMW, so these are $450. BMWs are just better. And if you're ever thinking about, hey, should I pay the extra $10 for a BMW filter or not? Just pay it. BMWs. I'm going through a box of lenses that is literally just like pretty big, like let's say like a 2 foot by 2 foot box, and I'm picking up every single filter just to look for cheesy stuff like this. I'm into cheesy stuff, and when you pick up a BMW, you feel it. You just know, like, whoa, that's different. That's heavier. The glass is a little bit thicker. You know, like the body, this metal is a little bit better. And some people will say, oh man, just BMW is just a name, but build quality alone, just different, just way better. And this is a 55 and a 010, so kind of like a UV, probably an overpriced UV. And this one is a 67. 67 is the size, and then 0101X. But I almost don't care because they're so well built. They're so well built. They're almost like reference filters for me. Let's talk about this stuff. This is a T-mount adapter to I believe another thing. I think probably M39, M42, probably M42, M39 probably not. Just handy to have around. I have a bunch of them. Step-up rings. If you ever see a step-up ring for under $2, just buy it because they are super, super versatile. You'll never know when you need them. Sorry, it's not focusing, but when you need them, and I always seem to need them. And especially if you buy weird filters and like junk like this, you kind of need them. So always pick up step-up rings. These are cheap, $2. Kind of a lot when you think about it, but $2, it's not going to kill me. These are, so a Pentax K-mount. So Pentax, when they went from their screw mount to the K-mount system, they put these out. And this one, I'm not sure is an official one, but last year I bought two of these for like $1 each and sold them for $20 each because they were the genuine ones. This one's a Japanese one, probably not genuine, but I could probably get something for it. These are two interesting ones too. This one is a weird, looks like a very poorly designed M42. Could be M39 to K-mount. So we'll see what that does. It just looked interesting, and it has that. It's kind of like zebra stripes are reminiscent of the Zeiss lenses. So the zebra Zeiss lenses, and you know, I think it's decent for $2. It's decent. This one is actually pretty cool. Pentax K-mount reversal ring to M49. So this goes under the body, and then you could reverse mount your lens, and you can shoot macro. So that's why I get that. So I introduced my stuff about cheesy filters, and this is the cheesy filter. Because these filters don't sell, I can pick them up at a bargain. And this is the Koken A mount, the A holder, and it came with the 52. I'm gonna look for a 49 if I can. 49 or 52. 49 and 52 for any accessories are just popular. Most lenses are 49 or 52. Ones outside of it, kind of difficult to get and for things for, but 49, 52, you'll find a lot of stuff for. This is the, so this is the holder. This is the, an accessory thing, so an extra kit for it. But let's talk about this ridiculous set of cheesy filters. We'll go through it. First one is Mirage. So Mirage is basically like split view, so you can do some split view stuff. I may be in this one. I don't know if you see me. No, probably not. But and I got this because it needs. I actually got this because you need that to use this. Done. Spot in color. Not sure what the heck this is. Look at that. Let's see if it does it. Oh, look how bad that is. So 80s. Very 80s, very cheesy. Dreams 2. This one was weird. Pretty weird. Let me see if this does anything. I'm not sure if you could see it. Maybe run my hand across it. Oh, Dreams 2. That is Dreams 2. These are $250 each, so kind of a little expensive for what it is, but worth it. And jokes alone. This is rad zoom, radial zoom, not rad zoom. Could be rad zoom, also radio zoom. Let's look at this guy. Whoa. Very cheesy. Very, very cheesy. I should do a video just on these. And can I resell these? Probably not. Probably not worth reselling them. I just like to have them around. Polarizer, boring. Simple polarizer, pretty boring. Nothing special. Actually goes in the back of this one, so it goes in the very last column. And it's a little bigger, so if you see it, so polarizer for the A, don't worry if it's in there. You just need this, and it goes on the very back row. Next we have, this one is ridiculous. I can't believe this even exists. Rainbow. And I'll put this up the lens. I kind of want to see what this looks like. Rainbow. Oh man, rainbow effect. Who would get this? These are for like bad 80s portrait photographers. It's a gold mine. Maybe I should just become a bad 80s portrait photographer and bust these out. Last one is weird. This one is, I don't know. These are shapes, and I think it's with the B, so I'm not sure how I get this. I may need to get another thing, but let's look at the first one. So this is kind of the idea. You put a keyhole up. Now I'm shooting through a keyhole. There's a heart in there. There's other things. There's like dots and kind of cheap. I think there's a heart. Yeah, there we go. There's a heart. So maybe stretch it with this. Maybe this is not worth it. But you never know. It's pretty fun. I have one last thing. Is this Nikon battery grip, and this uses 4 AA batteries, so it's pretty nice. And this stuff, it's just hard to get. Stuff like this is hard to get, and people look for it online. You're not going to get a huge payoff on these ones, but they're worth it. They're worth it if you see them. This one's well worn, but I'll get my money back. I think I paid like $1 for it, and that's and you know, but I'll get my money back. And they're kind of cool to have around, and if not, you know, I can use them on something. But also just kind of want to see what it built like, and older ones are going to be a little better and a little better built in terms of build quality. Probably not in terms of technology, but build quality. So I like to just look at stuff like this just to get inspired on, you know, how do they make it, and why is it good, why is it not good. And I actually liked a lot of these latch holders and things, or latch locks. So that is my 2015 dog sale purchases. I know it's a lot of cheesy stuff, and probably get a little look into how I buy stuff when I go to these type of things, but I just buy, a lot of it's, you gotta just buy quick because you're worried about other people picking up stuff, and you kind of have to know things. But this situation is really good, and if you ever look at a lot of stuff, like these B&W filters or something like these filters, you see so much stuff in a regular estate sales and regular camera stores that when you see stuff like this, I'm always way more excited about it. So when I go to a camera shop, I'm like, hey, do you have weird stuff? Do you have like catalogs and stuff? Just because I like it. And you actually get a hand for stuff. So when I could put imagine me putting my hand into this big box of UV filters, and I can almost like feel these out because they're that different and they're that much better. And there's a lot of stuff like that with cameras and things like that. You kind of get if you're exposed to a lot of it and you see something like this lens, you know, it's nothing special at all, but it's different. And sometimes stuff that's different just like it piques me more now, rather than, you know, a lens like this that I'll see 6 million more in my life. So hope you guys like that video. Sorry it's run a little long. Sorry it's probably more commentary than usual, but it's pretty fun for me. It's pretty fun time of the year, and yeah. So if you like that video, remember to if you like this video, remember to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. And I will be back kind of cleaning up all this stuff and getting ready, and then finishing up the rangefinder series so we can get to TLRs, and then working on building stuff. So thank you for sticking around. Sorry it was a long video. All right, have a good weekend. Bye.